Hello traders, this is Rich from tradesight. This is a look at our market leading ETFs for the coming session. This is for Monday, March 24th, 2014. Well, we had expiration Friday and definitely had the volume bumps to show for that. But aside from that, we had some pretty good downward action today. You know, the Qs were down 1.75%. Spiders were down pretty notably. So there was definitely a fair amount of price action today. No signals in the major ETFs. But let's move on to the individual domestic sectors and see what they have to say. Here's where we're starting to see a little bit more of the weakness materialize through. We've got a fair number of CPS signals to the downside. We've got one in the PPH, the IBB, also the TAN and the XHB. Those are all notable signals. Also notice the absence of any buy signals here, so we're definitely biased to the downside in the beginning of the week. The IBB was notably weak, more than 5% below the day's open. That's the one that's showing up with a downside CPS, and notice the volume spike. I think that volume that we saw was above and beyond what was just required for the quadruple witching today. Wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a measuring day on Monday, and then perhaps a follow through on Tuesday. So Tuesday's really probably going to be the most important day for that IBB. As far as the commodities, definitely biased to the downside here. Much less volume than the general ETFs. Fair amount of contra candles to the downside here. Didn't have any big deviations, but the GDX has a contra candle to the downside and an RPS, and that was more than 1% below the day's open. Bonds, a little bit of volume in the TLT, which is probably more option related than anything else, but we did get a downside RPS in the LQD. Moving on to the foreign names, again, seeing a volume bump. A lot of that's going to be expiration related. The EEM is flirting with a contra candle to the downside, and the EWT appears to have one as well. Moving on to the specials, we're definitely biased to the downside here. There's nothing on the buy side on the long specials, which are the long leverage ETFs, and on the short side, we are seeing some buy signals. The ones that are the inverse, the reverse ETFs that rise when their underlying stocks are going lower. So definitely biased to the downside for at least the beginning of next week. And we'll have to see if we can follow through and add on to that later on in the week. Let's move on and take a look at our watch list and see what that has to add to what we're seeing here from our scans. All right, here's a look at our scans off of the watch list with the Comer and Seeker aggressive and standard countdowns. Here's a look at the majors. The majors were getting close in the IWM. We're 11 days up in the Comer. In the MDY, we're 10 days up. For the Seeker, we're 12 days up and 12 days up for the IWM and MDY respectively, so we could easily lock in 13 exhaustion fairly early in the week. Also note that the Qs are 11 days up in the exhaustion run for the aggressive Seekers, so that could be very, very important at the beginning of next week. IBB rolled down really hard today, so it's going to take a pretty good bounce here to complete the Comer countdown that's in place right now for the IBB. But if that does retest and exceed those levels, we're going to get a pretty strong signal there. The XLK is 12 days up, and the XRT is 11 days up on the Comer countdown. So keep an eye on that. The XRT is 12 days up, and that's really, really close. We've got a cluster here with the TAN, the PPH, and the OAH all being 10 days up in the exhaustion run on the standard Seeker. And you can see the aggressive Seeker is a little bit ahead, and we're really flirting with probably getting a lot of signals this coming week. So let the market do what it needs to do in the beginning of the week, and then be prepared to have some shorts ready as soon as those signals get locked in place. All right, folks, as always, thanks for listening. This has been Rich for tradesight, and please, if you find these videos useful and informational, give us a thumbs up. Thank you.